Happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. So, Sunday, is the day of the week where when I have time, if I can, I like to make things for the week. So, I'm making few things this Sunday afternoon or evening. It's like past 6 o'clock. No, it's not 6 o'clock. Yes, it's past 6. Anyway, so I'm doing some baking and I'm as well as some cooking. Now, for the baking, I'm going to make a couple things. I'll make a banana bread. My daughter loves the banana bread. Just a simple banana bread. Then I'm going to make a lemon pancake with pineapple. And I am going to use a fresh pineapple. Then I'm going to slice and then make that. And now for the other part, oh, by the way, and then I'm going to use, for the banana bread, to make it cute, I'm going to use the donut shape things. I'm going to be doing some banana bread will look like donuts. And then for the pineapple, the pancake pineapple, the lemon pancake with pineapple, I'm just going to use a couple of these shape things here. Now, what am I doing? Also, I'm going to do some meat. And for the meat, I'm going to use, I can never say this word, skewered. Emma, how do you say it again? Skewered. I'm going to use the skewered to do that. And I have two types of meat. I have beef and I have pork. The pork, I am going to season it with a jerk chicken mix that I bought from a restaurant here, a Jamaican restaurant where one of my students work after school, and I bought it from her because one day she brought me some Jamaican food. The jerk was so good, and I told her, I told her, I really like it, and she was like, well, we do sell the sauce as well, so I bought one from there. And the one here, I'm gonna put some soy sauce, some garlic powder, and then I'm going to use the chili garlic sauce, Asian chili garlic sauce. That's gonna be for the beef. Okay, so this is just a teaser. If you want to see the entire video, I might have to break it in two parts because it might be too long. I might do the baking and then the cooking. You will see that on my YouTube channel. Okay, so stay put. Bye. By seasoning the meat so that the meat can stay, so that the seasoning can get in. And I'm going to fry it using this tiny little coal burner that I bought. Is an Asian one. I really think they use it more for making tea, but because I'm not going to make a lot and it's snowing. I don't know if you guys can see in the back. It is snowing actually. Weird. We had like 60 something last week, 60 degrees. The weather in Virginia is pretty weird. But anyway, so I'm going to use this tiny one. So meaning then when I'm putting the meat on this, I'm just going to put it in the middle because it will sit like that. And then it is going to only cook that. So I can put like maybe 5 at a time. So it's a tiny one. I will do it outside on my porch under the cover because it's snowing. So this is what I'm going to use. And it's the first time I'm going to use it. I bought it for tea, but I was okay, I can use it too. Anyway, so that's one thing. Now, seasoning. With the pork, like I say, I am going to use the jerk seasoning, the one that I got from the restaurant where my students work. So I don't have a lot pork, so I'm just going to use about a tablespoon of the jerk. It's spicy too, so I don't want to over spice it. If I want it to be hotter or spicier, I can always add some hot sauce on the side. So that's it for it. I'm going to try the salt in a moment. And for the beef, let me get rid of the water because I cleaned it and I don't want too much liquid in it. Okay, now here I am going to put a little bit of soy sauce, just a little bit. Yeah, just a tiny bit. I'm going to put, let me come here so you can see it. I'm going to put a little bit of the garlic salt, just a little bit because the chili garlic sauce also has some salt in it. You don't want to over salt. So just about a little bit less than a tablespoon. So mixing it. Okay, I'm not going to try for the salt yet. I'm just going to let it dissolve into the meat first. And then after that, I will try for the salt and see how salty it is. So I'm going to put the meat on the side and I'm going to start a mixture now for my cakes. In the mixing bowl, I put a little bit less. The recipe asks for half a cup of butter. But I put a little bit less than half a cup, just a little bit, because I want to mix, I want to add like 1 teaspoon of olive oil because it makes it very moist. So using my spoon here, my measuring spoon, I'm going to add just that here of olive oil and the extra virgin olive oil. So I just added 1 teaspoon. Now I have that, and then I'm following the recipe because guys, baking is not my forte. I just got into baking, so I still have to follow a recipe. So after I do that, they say that you need to add 3/4 of cup of sugar. Here I have a little bit less than 3/4. Why? Because I want to add a little bit of honey. That's just me trying to do my own thing. So I put the butter here and then just like a little bit of honey. Now I'm not using my as ever honey because my as ever honey is for my tea. So just a little bit of honey, like regular honey that you can find in any store. Now I am going to mix it. So I'm going to put it in a mixer, Okay. And I'll be back in a second. So the sugar, the honey, and the butter has mixed. So now I'm going to add the banana. I smashed 3 bananas. I'm going to add it. And what is mixing? Slowly. I am going to add 1 egg at a time. I already cracked my 2 eggs here, so I'm going to add 1 egg at a time, and then I'll come back. So now it's mixed. So now in this bowl here, I had mixed a cup and a half of flour, half a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking soda, and I mix it together. So now I'm going to add it in a mixture progressively. So make sure you mix properly. And then at the end, I am going to add a half a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm not putting raisins, I'm not putting any nuts in it because I'm not putting coconut. My daughter just wants a plain banana bread. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to do the mixture and then I'll come back. Okay, so my batter is ready for the banana bread. And like I said earlier, I am going to bake them into this little donut shape. I think it's going to be cute. So now I'm using this small spoon. I'm going to fill them up. And then I already put the oven to warm up at 350. So I'm going to fill this up. And when I'm done, I'll show you before I put it in the oven. So I fill them up. Here, the tiny donut one. So if my daughter wants to take one to school, you know, she just can take a tiny donut shaped one. Now I had some dough left, so I decided to put some in this one here, in this shape. And because I like coconut, I'm just gonna sprinkle with coconut on top. That's for me. She didn't want it with coconut, but I'm a tropical girl. You know, these tropical fruits, they just do something to me. You know, I just love it. So I sprinkle it with a little bit of coconut here, and then where's the honey? Yeah. So I'm gonna take some honey and just sprinkle a little bit on top, just a little bit on top. And then now I'm going to put it in the oven. Let me look at my recipe. How long does it say it's gonna be there? It's gonna be there for 55 to 60 minutes at 350 degrees. So I'm gonna put them in the oven and then I'll come back because I need to prepare also the batter, I think you say that, for my pineapple lemon cake. And I need to cut my pineapple because I got a fresh one. I'll be back in a bit. Ooh, guys, my kitchen smells lovely. Oh, let me adjust the camera. It smells absolutely lovely. Okay, so now this recipe here is a mixture, like my own touch, but also what's coming from this recipe thing. So what I did here, I mixed sour cream, is half a cup of sour cream with 2 tablespoons of vanilla. And then here is a cup and a half of flour mixed with half a teaspoon of salt. Here I have 14 tablespoons of butter with a cup and a quarter of sugar. And what else did I put there? A cup and a half of sugar. And I also I believe I put some baking powder also. And the baking powder is 1 teaspoon. So I need to mix it for about 8 minutes until it becomes fluffy. Then I'll move on to the next step. Oh, by the way, this is for the lemon pineapple pancake. Okay, so now I'm gonna start adding eggs to the batter, 1 egg at a time. 1. So it's 3 eggs and a yolk. And this is the yolk. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now it's going to mix for a few minutes. And then I'm going to put half of the sour cream mixed with the vanilla. And then half of the flour mixed with salt. And then later on, I am going to put some lemon zest. Here is the pineapple that I just cut in slices. And I'll show you how I'm going to do that because I am going to cook the pineapple first. I'll be right back. While it's still mixing, I have this pot here that is clean, of course. I'm going to take some brown sugar. Just put it some there because I want it to melt. Some brown sugar everywhere here. Okay, not too much. Okay, perfect. So some brown sugar. A little bit of vanilla. Okay. Then I'm going to take my pineapple and I'm going to lay them in this frying pan. I might have to do it twice because they have to be flattened. One more here. Okay, and I'm gonna put it in the stove now very slowly. You do not want it to burn because if it becomes bitter, it messes up the entire cake. So now this part here is my own invention. And I'll show you something else that I will do after. Right? Okay, so here I have the pineapple and I am cooking with brown sugar and vanilla. So I want it to be a little bit brownish like that on both sides and it will be ready. So my banana bread is ready. So you have this one here with coconut is ready, and the one in the shape of donuts are ready as well here. Okay, so I'm gonna let them cool down now. So now that I'm done with this, the dough for the lemon pancake with pineapple, it is ready now. So now I'm going to add about a tablespoon of lemon zest. A tablespoon of lemon zest. Pretty much like a lemon, a medium-sized lemon. And also, instead of using rum, I'm going to use Grand Marnier, which is a French liqueur, which is made with cognac and orange liquor. And I'm just going to add a teaspoon of it. Here he is, just a teaspoon. Okay, mix it, and then my dough is ready, and then I'm going to set the pineapple, and I'll show you the next step, which is the final one, and I can move on to something else. Okay, so here we are. I put the pineapple underneath the cake because when the cake will be ready, I will turn it upside down. I mean downside up, I guess. So I'm just going to wait for it to cool down a little bit, and then I'm going to put the batter and then put it in the oven at 350 for about 55 minutes as well. Be back. I have to make the meat. Remember, I told you earlier that I'm going to do the meat. Then I am going to grill. So here they are. They've been sitting in the seasoning for a while now. So they're pretty much ready now. They're pretty good. I tried the salt. The salt was perfect. I don't have to add any more salt. The seasoning is excellent. And I am just going to put them right in the middle. And the reason why is because I'm using a tiny coal thing because it's for tea. Let me show it to you again for people who missed it. That's the one I'm using. Is an Asian one, actually Japanese, and it's really used to make tea. But you also can barbecue things, and if you go camping and you just have something small to make. So this is the reason why I am going to only put the meat in the middle, because the middle part is what's going to sit there on top of the coal. So now I'm just going to skewer them and then show you when I'm ready to put them on the coal. Okay, sorry, I have my hat because I went outside. Okay, so this is the skewer meat. So the fire is going on there. Now, this is the pineapple, and they are pretty much cold now. So now I can take the batter. Okay, put this batter. And then spread it here. Okay, I'm going to spread the first part, and then I'll come back when it's perfectly done. Okay, so here he is. So what I'm going to do is when I put it in the oven, underneath I'm going to have, those pizza stones, because I do not want the pineapple to burn. Absolutely not. And I'm going to cover that for the first 30 minutes. I'm going to cover that with aluminum foil. And then, after 30 minutes, I'll go and check. And if I see it started to cook on the top, I'll take away the aluminum foil. But putting the stone underneath is to avoid the pineapple to get burned. I'll see you in a bit. And here they are. So it's going to take, I have about 10 of them, so it's going to take a bit, but here they are cooking. Banana bread with coconut. Okay, so I'm making some Brussels sprouts. So I just put salt, butter, and some garlic. So I'm going to let it boil. Then I'm going to saute it with olive oil and black pepper. And here is my lemon pineapple pound cake.